Hi, this is attorney Stephen Terpak from Sutter and Terpak. We're a personal injury and employment firm in Fairfax County, Virginia, and this is our video newsletter. The topic of today's newsletter is maximizing your recovery in personal injury cases, the police report. I have an email here which I'd like to read, but before I do, I have to give you the legal disclaimer. This newsletter does not constitute legal advice. All cases are different, and there is no substitute for one-on-one advice with an attorney qualified to practice in your state. I'm licensed in Virginia, and by and large, I refer to Virginia law. So let's get into the email. Hi Steve, I was in an accident and the information in the police report is wrong. The police officer wrote that I was speeding, but I am sure I was not. The insurance company denied my claim. They said I was speeding, which caused the accident. Can I get the police to amend the police report? All right, so let's go through this email. The short answer is probably not, but I'm going to explain why. I was in an accident and the information in the police report is wrong. So basically, whenever you're in an accident, it's almost always better to have the police come. They can assist with a lot of things, particularly if you're injured, but they can also help exchange information between the parties, and if the accident's bad enough, they often will write a police report. A lot of times in sort of maybe even the smaller crashes, the person who was at fault will beg and plead and cry and say, please don't call the police, it's my fault, it's my fault, it's my fault. Well, frequently when that happens, once they leave the scene of the accident, they change their story. You got to remember that people are animals and they will do what they can to protect themselves. So for that reason, it's almost always better to call the police. If the police show up, often they'll admit it to the police officer. And once they've admitted it to the police officer, well then that admission becomes evidence which can be used in court. The police also might even write a ticket to the at-fault driver, and if they plead guilty to that ticket or plead no contest to that ticket, well, that can help you later on in a subsequent action for personal injuries or property damage. I'll discuss that more in a later video. So the next part of your email says, the police officer wrote that I was speeding, but I am sure I was not. Ooh, that's bad. Sometimes the police get it totally wrong. They almost never witness the crash, and they can make big mistakes. However, police testimony on the cause of a crash is almost never admissible in court because they weren't there to witness the incident. Also, in Virginia, the crash report or that police report is not admissible in court. It's simply something that the police use to collect data and send it to the Department of Motor Vehicles in Virginia. And there's a law in Virginia that prohibits its use as evidence in court. So no matter what it says, it ain't getting into evidence. So if you could prove the crash was not your fault in court, well then you're good to go. The report and any of the officer's findings are pretty much irrelevant. Next part of your email, the insurance company denied my claim. That's not good. Obviously, an insurance company will use an adverse crash report or police report to support a denial in an insurance claim. They're looking to save money, and if they can do it based on a police report, even if it's inaccurate, they will frequently do that. But once again, that police report is not admissible, so you can get a fresh start in court. And also, this chance that the crash report could be wrong is one reason that you almost never want to carry liability insurance only, which is something else we'll talk about in a later video. And then the last point in your email was, can I get the police to amend the police report? And you can try, but even if they can amend it, which they can, there is a procedure for them to issue revised reports. They almost never will, unless you had really rock solid evidence, like maybe a video showing that what they wrote in the report is absolutely 100% false. Otherwise, they're probably just going to tell you to leave them alone and take it to court or fight with the insurance company, which is totally annoying, but that's likely what's going to happen. So if you have a question about a Virginia legal case, you can call our office and book a one-on-one consultation. As always, the first consultation in a personal injury case is always free. Thank you for watching our video newsletter, and I will see you next time.